All right, today we are going to look at the overview of the brand new indicator that just came out by Luxalgo. It's the ICT Silver Bullet indicator. Um, so what we're seeing already on this indicator is it's going to give you a few things. So if you're not too familiar with the ICT Silver Bullet and how to mark up the charts exactly, and you need a little bit of help, I think this indicator is going to be pretty good actually. So what I can see here is it's showing, first of all, it's showing the trend lines. So blue here. Now this is all on I have it set on default. I did change a couple things. I'll show you guys. So first it shows you the trend lines. So you have blue is going to be your bullish trend line, and then you have red as your bearish trend line. So that's pretty cool already how it, kind of shows you the candles kind of in a trend line rather than just kind of looking at, what's the trend doing. So that kind of helps you out a little bit there. And then we have liquidity zones that it marks up here. So blue is going to be your buy side liquidity, red is going to be your sell side liquidity. And so you can see over here, you have your swing high. It marks up the buy side, another one here, and then you have your sell side down here. So marking up the liquidity is actually pretty big. A lot of people that are new with the silver bullet method don't quite understand where and how to find the areas of liquidity. And so having this indicator showing you where that's at, that is a huge plus. So that is pretty awesome. And also what it's doing here is it's giving you, it's marking up the fair value gaps for you. So as we can see here, all of these green boxes here are fair value gaps. So that is another huge plus as well. And I mean, as I'm speaking here, you can already see, right, that now this is not in our time frame at all that we trade, but if you just take a look at the traditional ICT setup, you can see a short position right here. You have a market structure shift. Now, I will say one thing is this indicator does not mark up every single market structure shift. I noticed that it does mark up some of them, but for example, this is a market structure shift right here. But I'm going to mark that up, right? And then you have a fair value gap right on that same candle. And look at this. You would enter there, and there's your 5 points with your 5-point stop, which is also right above the highs. So that's pretty cool. And look what it does again. It taps right back into it at the same exact spot. And there's another 5. And if you wanted to go for more on that one, there's 10. So that's just a quick example. So yeah, I did notice it doesn't mark up a lot of the market structure shifts. You may have to mark that up yourself, just like I did here. Let's try and find, let's see if it gives any market structure shifts anywhere. Yeah, I really don't see any. And let's take a look at the settings here. So Luxalgo ICT Silver Bullet. We'll take a look at the settings here. I have fair value gap set to all. You can change that to strict, super strict. You can change the colors. Let's see here. I have market structure shifts turned on. And then if you want the trend lines, you're gonna want to click trend line on. If you want the market structure shift, click that on. Should show you. I'm just not seeing any as we're on the charts here. Then you can change if you want different time zones. 3 to 4 a.m. is going to be your London session. And then 10 to 11 a.m. is your AM session, and 2 to 3 p.m. is your PM session. So quite a few different things that you can change here. But for the most part, everything is default. I personally just put all fair value gap. I changed a few colors on the fair value gaps, and then I clicked MSS and trend on. So those are the settings there, pretty straightforward. Let's see. I really want to see if we can find like a market structure shift here. I'm just kind of curious why it doesn't show those. Let's see. Let's see if we flick them off and then back on. Let's see. Off and on. Okay, so gives us this one. So mine would have been right here. That's a better swing low. But I guess, yeah, I guess that can be a market structure shift. So like if you click on that, it pops up the indicator. So yeah, it does show you the market structure shifts, just not too much of it. Like for example, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Here's a couple more. So it does give you it here and there. Well, that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward, and I think it's pretty good for beginners. Now, if you've been trading the silver bullet for a while, you may or may not be interested in using this. I'm gonna test it out, trading during this new upcoming week and see how I like it. It does look pretty interesting. So I will post a live trade using the indicator, so stay tuned for that. And then, I mean, let's dive into a quick silver bullet setup that you could have looked for on July 20th. So let's see here. A classic ICT silver bullet setup, right? Between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. This indicator doesn't mark this up. Oh, you know what? Because the indicator starts here, so it doesn't go all the way back. But I see here buy side liquidity right here, right? That was taken out, and then we enter our 10 to 11 a.m. New York session window, and trend line on the indicator shows, we're obviously bearish. Now, buy side liquidity was taken out, yet we did not get any entries, right? This fair value gap remained open, and it just continued to go down and continued to go down. And then what do we have here, right? Here's another thing the indicator doesn't show is this right here, or even this one. We'll use this one for the video here. This one works as well as a market structure shift. Indicator shows us we have this fair value gap. This is in our window at 10:48 a.m. when it taps in, and you would have taken a long position here. Oops, sorry, that is a short position. You would have taken a long position targeting 5 points. And that's exactly what it gives you, 5-point stop. So that would have been a very solid trade because you have all the confirmations. You have buy side liquidity being taken out. You have this market structure wouldn't have counted because it didn't give you an entry, but you would have kept looking. So you have buy side liquidity being taken out. You're now in your hour time frame. You have a market structure shift, a fair value gap, and your 5 points. And you could even use this bearish candle as an order block. So you would have an order block right on top of your fair value gap just as added confirmation. But yeah, overall, I think this indicator is pretty solid for beginners. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be using it too much myself. I'll see how it how it looks and feels when I'm trading live. Personally, I don't like too many things on my charts. I like to keep them very simple. When I see too much, it just kind of overwhelms me and kind of just I don't prefer having a very crowded chart. Um, so with that being said, last but not least, I do want to mention that we do have a Discord that we trade on live every morning. We do live trading and we do questions and answers. If you have any questions and you don't want to trade alone and you want to have a group setting, feel free to join our Discord. Link is going to be in the bio. It's 49 bucks. I know you have it. It's, you go out, you spend money on food and you blow $49 on random things. Why not invest in a little something that's going to make you money? But this is available if you are interested, and feel free to go check out this indicator. It is free. Just go up on TradingView and type in indicators and it will pop up when you type in Luxalgo ICT Silver Bullet. And best of trading to you guys.